So guys, what is going on? I hope you guys are well. Guys, someone sent me a video with seconds out that Amir Khan did. And in that video, Amir Khan said he's backing Kell Brook to beat Terence Crawford. Now, he didn't say that he thinks Brook's going to win, but he said he's backing Kell Brook. As a Brit, he's getting behind him. And he wants Kell Brook to go over there as a Brit and do the job on Terence Crawford. Obviously, he's up against it, as Amir Khan said. But he's backing Kell Brook to go over there, giving him moral support. Go in there and hope he does a job on Terence Crawford. I think every Brit, there's a lesson for every Brit that I think every Brit should be supporting Kell Brook. You know, there's too many guys that want to see their own people go over there and get beat just because of their own agendas. So, for example, when Khan fought Crawford, there was a lot of Brook fans that probably wanted Khan to get battered. The same way, there's probably a lot of Khan fans right now that want to see Brook get battered. And I just think that's wrong. I think we're all Brits. We all live in the UK. We should get behind the current UK fighter, and that's Kell Brook going there to try dethrone Crawford. I think we should get behind him. Listen, it's a hard fight. It's not one that I think he wins, but it's a fight that he can win. And that's the most important thing. And I think we should be supporting him. He can definitely go out there and do the job. You know, if he lands like I said before, if he lands a big bomb on Crawford, who knows? I don't think he's going to outbox Crawford. He's not going to win a decision. Even if the fight's close, he's not getting the decision. But I don't think Kell Brook's skill set is going to be able to win a decision against someone like Terence Crawford. I just think Terence Crawford will outbox him and win majority of the rounds. I think the chance that Kell Brook does have is the fact that he's a big welterweight. He's a strong boy. He's not a concussive puncher. He's not a not a big puncher. I mean, he's not a guy that's going to wipe you out with a one punch. He's not a Julian Jackson. He's not a guy that's going to hit you and you're going to just go to sleep. He's a guy that can get your attention, that can hurt you, that can wobble you. And can he hit Crawford with a shot that hits and hurts him and then finish off the job? Because one thing about Kell Brook is that when Kell Brook gets you hurt, he is a good finisher. He can put his punches together. But can he get Terence Crawford hurt? That's the question. Can he hit Terence Crawford flush enough to hurt him? That's the main thing. I think if Kell Brook isn't able to hurt Terence Crawford in this fight, he can't win. I've said this before. He has to be able to hurt Terence Crawford. And I think if he can't, then he's not winning the fight. If Crawford gets into his rhythm and he's able to absorb Kell Brook's power, then Kell Brook's in big trouble. He's in big trouble because then I don't think he can win the fight. I think then Terence Crawford will take over, and I think Terence Crawford would, if Terence Crawford is able to absorb Kell Brook's power, then I think Terence Crawford would take over and start really putting it on. And I think if the fight goes in the latter half of the fight, Kell Brook will get tired. Because what people don't understand is people say about Errol Spence, it was the eye injury. He was getting tired, Kell Brook. The eye injury, it wasn't the eye injury. It was the fact that Kell Brook was getting tired. Because the eye injury was sustained in the 7th or 6th or whatever round it was. But Kell Brook went on another 4 or 5 rounds after that. It wasn't the eye injury. He was getting tired. Kell Brook was tiring in that fight against Spence. And that's the issue he's going to have here. Kell Brook hasn't lived the greatest life. We all know that. We now know that. Eddie Hearn's come out and said it. There's many other people that said it, that Kell Brook's not lived the life as a fighter. And if you look, when you're in a tough fight, Kell Brook's never really been in a very tough fight. Right? Like against a top class fighter. The only one that he managed to get through was Sean Porter. And Sean Porter was very wild. Right? Errol Spence wasn't wild. Errol Spence was very, his pressure was very educated. Sean Porter's pressure is very wild. And his punches are very wild as well. Spence don't waste shots. He's very clinical when he's close. And just that pressure, that constant pressure, that gritness from Spence was just too much in the end, in my opinion. And Terence Crawford doesn't have that kind of physical nature. He's not going to be able to dog. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to be able to dog. People do say that Terence Crawford's got that dog in him. Do I think he's got that dog in him? I think it will be dangerous against someone like Brook, because I think if he tries to, I think Terence Crawford's got to stay out. He's got to stay long. He's got to keep it at range and just look to box. That's it. And look to outbox. That's his way. And Kell Brook's got to get close and make it physical, make it rough, make it tough. Kell Brook's got to do what Lamont Peterson did to Amir Khan. That's what Kell Brook's got to do. He's got to make it a dogfight. He's got to get close and he's got to look to bash him up. That's what he's got to do. That's what Lamont Peterson did when he fought Khan. He got up close and he made it very uncomfortable. That's what Kell Brook's got to do. Kell Brook can't let this fight stay at range. Now, but the problem is Kell Brook doesn't really fight like that. He likes to fight at range as well. You know, I know Kell Brook inside's got some beautiful uppercuts. He can land some serious, dangerous uppercuts. You know, those uppercuts are very lethal weapon he's got. But Kell Brook's not a type of guy that takes it to you and dogs you down. You know, he likes to fight at range as well, but Crawford at range will just be too quick, too sharp. His movement will be too good, I think. So I think Kell Brook might have to change up his style a little bit and look to dog him. Like, look to take it to him, walk him down, you know, rough him up, you know, tie him up, clinch him hard, make him feel that you're the bigger man and the stronger man. Clinch him, you know, throw him around a little bit, show your physicality, you know. You got to, you know what, like Maidana did to Mayweather. Hit him low. You know, sometimes you got to do these things. You've got to do this to unsettle somebody that's a lot more skillful than you are. Even though might not be Kell Brook's style, you have to, like, he's not fighting a guy that's a normal, regular guy. You know, he's not fighting a Frankie Gavin or a Jojo Dan or a Kevin Bizier or even a Sean Porter for that matter. He's fighting Terence Crawford, who's very skillful, who's very good. You have to sometimes change up your style because your style may not be good enough to beat this guy. And like I said, initially, Kell Brook should fight normally. But if things aren't going his way after 3, 4, 5 rounds, he may have to change up his style and make it a more rough and tough fight. Make it a fight like Lamont did with Amir Khan. Make it a fight like, you know, take it to him, rough him up. Make him feel the clutches. Do what Maidana did to Mayweather. You've got to make it a rough and tough fight. Because listen, Kell Brook's got a good chin. Kell Brook's not going to go anywhere. Kell Brook's not, in my opinion, Kell Brook's not going to get knocked over in 1 or 2 punches. So even if Kell Brook has to take a few to give a few, right? It's not like even if Kell Brook fights a defensive fight that Crawford's not going to get to him anyway. So I feel there may come a point where Kell Brook may have to take the fight to Crawford. Now he may do that from the start, or he may just start boxing early on at range. But there may come a point where Terence Crawford is outboxing Kell Brook, and Kell Brook may have to take the bull by the horns and say, I have to walk this guy down. I'm bigger than him. I'm stronger than him. I punch harder than him. I've got to walk the guy down. I'm able to absorb the guy's punches. Let me walk this guy down and let me look to bash him up. That's what Kell Brook may have to do during the fight. I'm not saying he may not have to. He may hit Crawford with a beautiful right hand early on in the fight and wobbles him and that's it and knocks him out. That's a possibility. But for me, I feel that there may come a point in this fight where Kell Brook may have to change up. He may have to walk him down. He may have to dog this guy. He'll have to make him feel in the clinches that he's the stronger man. He has to make him feel that I'm here for business. I'm here to knock this guy off his patch. You know, I think he's got to make Terence Crawford feel uncomfortable in there. If he's able to do that, he's got a great chance. And he can do it. Kell Brook can do it. Don't get it twisted. He can do it. Has he got that in him at this point in his career? I don't know. He can do it. Right? I'll say this again. Crawford's a very, very talented fighter. Very, very good fighter. He's better than Kell Brook. Let's be honest. He's a better fighter than Kell Brook. All round, he's more complete than Kell Brook. But Kell Brook has the skills, the tools to beat him. I was arguing with somebody on Facebook today. Joshua has a better skill set than Wilder, 1,000,000%. But Wilder can beat Joshua, no problem. The same way, Terence Crawford is a better fighter, more skillful, more talented than Kell Brook. No doubt about it. He's an overall a better boxer. However, Kell Brook can still beat him. Just because you have better skills than somebody, just because you're more talented than somebody, right? doesn't mean you can't beat them. Or doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily beat them. There's been many guys, like I said, many guys that weren't as talented, that weren't as good, that managed to win. And Kell Brook can do the same. Kell Brook has physical advantages, has strength, has size over Terence Crawford. There's no doubt in my mind that Kell Brook will be the bigger man in that fight. You know, when I saw Terence Crawford against Khan, Terence Crawford was actually bigger. Terence Crawford looked bigger to me. He looked a lot bigger than Amir Khan. But in this fight, it doesn't matter how bigger Terence Crawford comes. He's not going to be bigger than Kell Brook. He can't be. Kell Brook's going to be much bigger, size-wise, right? And Kell Brook's just got to take it to him. Kell Brook, listen, this is an opportunity for Kell Brook to really show what he's about. You know, we've heard a lot about Kell Brook. Let's be real, let's be honest. At world level, he's not done a lot. This is his come-out party. This is an opportunity, and it's his last opportunity. I don't think he's going to get another opportunity after this. So this is an opportunity for Kell Brook to show what he's about. This is an opportunity for Kell Brook, who's had a very limited run at world level. Let's be honest. He 3 fights at world level. That's it. This is his 4th one. This is an opportunity for Kell Brook to show us what he's about. Let's see what he can do. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos this week about that fight. It's a big fight build up. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's a great fight. I think it's a great matchup. I think it's going to make for a great viewing as well. And I'm really excited. I am excited for the fight. I'm just excited for this fight as I was when Khan was about to fight Crawford. I just hopefully this fight doesn't let me down like that one did. Hopefully Kell Brook can deliver. Hopefully Kell Brook can step up to the plate and even if he loses, there's no shame in losing to Terence Crawford. No shame. He puts up he puts up a great fight. You know, I wouldn't want to see Kell Brook get blown out by Crawford. That wouldn't be great to watch. I want to see a competitive, hard, tough fight where maybe Kell Brook floors Crawford. That would be great. I want to see Crawford tested, but let's see whether Kell Brook has it in him. He's been saying all the right things. Kell Brook's been saying all the right things. But again, we've seen many fighters that are saying all the right things, but when they get in the ring, you know, they're just not there. Hopefully that's not the case with Kell Brook, and hopefully Kell Brook turns up. But we will find out this time next week. We'll know the result. We'll know whether he wins the fight. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. Amir Khan's backing Kell Brook, or backing his fellow Brit to go out there and cause the upset. Are you backing your fellow Brit to go out there and cause the upset? Get behind him. We should all get behind one another. We should all get behind our own. And everybody in Britain that watches boxing, that supports, should get behind Kell Brook, who's fighting a formidable opponent in Crawford. But it's not impossible. Nothing's impossible. He can do it. Leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.